Professional vector, a personal vector, and a social vector. Professional vector really in terms of, I've been associated with JK, Jai Krishna. We were together in Murugappa Group. I've been associated with Srini, whose firm Strategist is the knowledge partner, working with him on quite a few NHRD initiatives. Ashok Reddy again with NHRD. But on a personal vector, Ashok Reddy is a distant relative of mine. On a social vector, Shomen and me stay in the same building. It's a building of 10 apartments. He's on second floor and I'm on third floor. So very rare to get that sort of a confluence. The next 20-25 minutes, I would be sharing my own personal thoughts. I'm not going to share any complicated models or anything. You may probably be disappointed that there's no clear formula that I would probably share in terms of balancing economics and emotions. But what I speak, I think I would be speaking from my own experiences. So to that extent, it would be a lot of personal narrations in the entire thing, my own point of view, my own perspectives. I took the liberty of slightly modifying the title of the session. The session really that was given to me was, can HR side with business at the cost of employee welfare? I've taken the liberty to expand HR to we, and I've taken the liberty of expanding the word employee to people. Because my own view is, when we are looking at economics and emotions, employee probably is a very narrow connotation in today's world. I think in today's context, we need to really look at people, because the number of people who are working with our partner companies, outsourced organizations, or the society at large, and therefore I've taken this liberty. Question that I would like to sort of pose really for the audience is, can HR side with business? And in quite a few sessions when I've really asked this question, invariably the response is, depending upon who the audience is, it's either yes or no. But all HR people are known not to take a position, and I have also taken a similar stance, and I'd say it depends. Very conveniently, I've said it depends. But I'll share as to why I'm saying it depends. I guess this is what the organizers really wanted to look for. Is there a balance between economics? All of us know of Tulabharam. The one difference that I would like to bring out here is, in a Tulabharam, it is the weight of the individual versus whether it's gold or whatever it is that gets balanced. I'm really not sure if you really can equalize the weight if it is not the weight of the individual but the feelings of the individual. I guess the moment you try to do a Tulabharam with feelings of the individual and economics, probably the scale would be skewed. Also let me confess that I didn't make this presentation after listening to Devdutt Patnaik. I had this presentation loaded much before the session started. This is a picture of Mahabharata. And I think Mahabharata is a classic, epic story which one can use to reflect when we are discussing economics and emotions. There was a purpose. Kauravas and Pandavas were fighting. But there were clear, defined rules of engagement. Very, very clear, defined rules of engagement. And those rules of engagement were essentially defined for the welfare of the people fighting the war on either side. And that's, in my view, is a very, very good example of there is a purpose, there is a goal, each side wanting to win, but they said we will fight in a very, very professional code of conduct. Quite familiar scenes here. Reason why I mentioned, I've expanded the definition from employee to people, is basically of the view that businesses cannot succeed. And I've underlined the word societies because society is ultimately nothing but people. I went back to look at what really is the purpose of business. And one of the key thinkers, Peter Drucker, really defined purpose of business, saying purpose of business is to create customers and retain customers. Customers are again people. So we've looked at people as society, we've looked at people as customers. I also I have this, so to say, hobby. So I click the word business, click the word images. I thought when I click on the word images, click on images, I'll probably get a lot of numbers. But the entire page of Google screen, I think at least 90% had people. And the best one that I picked up was this, which essentially again is sort of re-emphasizing that you can grow business only when you have people all along the trajectory of growth. Having set this brief context in terms of how I look at business, I'll quickly share a few personal experiences. This is something that all of us grapple with. And the classic dilemma that we face is, when we are doing this as HR professionals, are we siding with the business or are we employee-oriented? My own personal experience, I still remember the first time I had to do this particular activity. It was literally the same principle. Who is the senior most person in the department? A 56-year-old gentleman called to the conference room at 4:30 in the evening and told that from tomorrow onwards your services are not required.